What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Dropped Frames. I have no idea what week it is because I'm more worried about the PC just crashing at any second right now because the past, 72 hours have been complete bullshit, complete annoyance. But hopefully everything sounds and looks okay. I think there is a little bit of hum right now, but we can't do much about that. But anyways, we got Ko, we got Zeke, and we've got another return guest, Towelliee. Welcome back to the show, man.
Thank you very much for having me back, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, post-surgery, how's all that going, dude?
Good, man. Good, Nips are doing okay. Boobless. I like it. Yeah, everyone just do the rub. Just do it with me now. Just like a little circular motion, massage. Perfect, Zeke. Yes.
Towelliee has to rub his chest for medical reasons, so to help him feel welcome, we're all going to do it with him for the rest of the show today.
Yeah, don't even try to report it. Twitch already knows.
Anytime you need it, Towelliee, just let us know. We'll do it with you.
Okay, good. Just let you know. Every half hour, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I'll interrupt you. But it's been great, man. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Zeke, you shaved the side chops off. I just realized that.
Yeah, you seem to have shaved.
Did you notice that I shaved, Zeke? It's
I noticed
crazy.
that you shaved. You look.
Is this a new revolution? Is Ko about
14
to shave?
and in high school.
I want to rub my face against your face.
We
now.
should do that. We should do that.
You could start fire.
We could. We probably could.
On a note, since this is a great time to mention this, I'm going to be taking the show and looking for two real hosts to continue the path with.
Must have beards,
if you have a beard and you're not a bald child, I would like to talk to you. Send me a message. You know where to find me. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I got an extra inch on
Towelliee
mine.
might
I'm
be
doing
in.
good.
You can get maybe.
Towelliee. We can start with you. Absolutely.
Get Eat My
I think
Diction
you'd be great.
in, maybe.
That's a good one too. Yeah, I'll talk to him as well.
Hello.
Yeah, you get Elo.
Oh yeah, Elo. Yeah, absolutely. He can be like we can make him like the band guy that's just on the show laughing and making jokes on the side the whole time.
There you go.
Be perfect.
Zeke.
Perfect.
No. We can't have him making jokes. He's too harsh.
He is pretty harsh. Yeah,
he crosses the line.
He doesn't know where the line is.
That's right. We want people to like the show and come back. That is a good point.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't know
He
where
hurt
the
my
line
feelings.
But yeah. Anyways. I guess we could just start talking about what we've been playing. I'm more worried about I'm kind of like looking at the I guess let's talk about what the fuck I've been doing for the past 40 hours. And Rob, you can talk about this too, because you had a PC fail yourself recently.
Oh yeah, yesterday.
What happened there?
Well, the night before was it Monday. I decided, my streaming PC, I run a 2 PC setup, has been on for about 3 months. I said, let me turn it off and give it a break.
Yeah.
Bad move. I wake up on Tuesday, turn it on, CPU fan error. My what is it called? My H80 just died.
Okay.
So I went to the store, got another one, came back, unscrewed it. The thing just leaked all over my computer. Like the hose, I think there was like a bubble by the hose of the 880, and it just leaked onto my processor. I'm there with napkins and I'm doing this. I'm like trying to clean it up, and then I did the most retarded thing ever. I put the new H80 in after I thought I dried it off, and I said to myself,
turn it on?
I just turned it on while the power was on. All I heard was psst, and I was like, shit!
Oh my god, dude.
And then, I can't even see chat. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of these going on right now. And
Oh my god.
and I was just trying. It just happened too quickly because I'm thinking in my head, oh man, I remember you have to kind of if you ever spill anything, you could sometimes let it go for 24 hours, just leave your computer alone, and if it dries up, people put fans in front of it. No, I decided to plug in the power and press the fucking thing. All I heard was psst, and I was like, that's it, it's over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I've been I can't stream, I can't do anything, can't enjoy all the games you guys are enjoying the past couple of goddamn days. So I don't know, I can't believe I did that. So now Origin was nice enough, they're gonna send me a loaner PC tomorrow, overnight today to tomorrow, so that I can go back to streaming tomorrow.
So they're sending you a beefy big PC, but in the interim, they're sending you a second PC to get you until the big one?
Yeah, and it's the same exact specs as the beefy one. It's like a 5960X, 32 gigs of RAM,
nice.
Everything. And that's coming tomorrow.
Awesome, man. Well, it kind of worked out. You just get a little break, and then you get a brand new PC, right? So
yeah,
that's really impressive.
It's a loaner. I gotta ship it back. God, it's gonna. But
what a hard life, huh? It's like, my PC broke.
My PC died. Well, got a new one.
Can you send me a behemoth just to for the day?
No, the 60X. I said X. Thank you.
He
Okay.
gets the phone. He got the prop.
Oh god. Jesus
Bravo.
Christ.
Bravos.
Well, mine wasn't that bad. I mean, it was bad, but and I guess it is kind of the same level of stupidity as yours, to be blunt. So my mixer has phantom power in it, and we'll start off with that. So I was in the process. I changed the entire setup last Friday when I bumped up to 6 monitors, and I'm back on 2 PC streaming because I got a capture card with it. So I set all that up, and it occurred to me after one of my longtime stream viewers said that, hey, your stream's been mono for the past 6 months. And I was like, really? You sure? And I tested, and I was like, sure enough, it's been mono audio for the past 6 months, which is not the biggest thing because it still sounds good. But it's kind of fucking stupid that it's 2015 and I spend this much time on production and I'm sending out mono audio.
Wow.
That's really stupid. So to fix that, I did some things, and one of the things I did was get a 1/8 to XLR splitter, so I could have 2 channels on the board operate left and right, force kind of stereo, right? And in doing so, when you plug an XLR cable into an XLR port on the board, all the mic ports, all the XLR ports are powered. And I didn't know that, or I didn't think of that. And so I plug in the 1/8 and it hits the metal next to the IO panel on the back of the motherboard. No. And I see this large spark and I'm like, huh, well, that's kind of interesting. Then I plug it in.
Sorry.
I plug it in and I'm just like, oh, I think I just shorted out the I/O board on this old PC. Well, I was going to buy a new one because it's kind of shitty anyways, so whatever. The next day I go and buy a brand new PC, motherboard, CPU. I use the same RAM and all that stuff. Plug it all in. At this point, I still don't know that phantom power is running through those mic cables. And once again, I plug it into the motherboard and I see the same spark. And I'm like, why is it doing that? Luckily, it didn't blow that time. It just caused the spark. And I was like, then I figured out that, yeah, it's phantom power. So rule number 1 is if you're going to use phantom power boards, get on the line on the XLR line, not through the actual mixer, because that'll blow your fucking audio jacks on the back of a PC. And secondly, it also blew the mixer, a couple channels on the mixer, so I had to replace that. Wow. So I blew probably 1,400 or so fixing everything because of a fucking phantom power on the mixer. So, but I learned more about audio than I have in a very, very long time in 48 hours because I just started breaking shit over and over and over.
And you have stereo now?
That's what I do.
Yes, and we have stereo now, yeah. All for stereo.
The best way to figure stuff out is
just
to break it first.
Yeah.
So whenever I get something new, I make sure it's broken, and then I fix it. Then I figure it out.
Yeah. The other thing too is there was points where I just didn't my understanding of audio is very, very limited. I think a lot of people or a lot of streamers' understanding of audio is very limited. Co, you might be in the on the other side of that because you were a DJ prior to all this, right? So you kind of have.
And I did my own music production, yeah.
Yeah, so you have a good understanding of all things audio, right?
I do but mostly from a software perspective. I did everything within the computer. I didn't use a lot of exterior
External,
devices,
yeah.
And that's really what it seems most of the streaming audio stuff is based in. Is understanding the mixers and how they connect to the machines and what mics to use and what interfaces and all that stuff. Which to me, that's still kind of alien.
Yeah.
Everyone always asks me hey, what kind of mixer are you using, man? What's your preamp and compressor, and what cables are you using? And I'm like, I use USB.
Yeah.
I don't
Japanese to me,
I
man.
don't know. I plug in the USB and it's great.
I don't understand any of it.
It's been fine.
Someone just sent me a JPEG with you put this plug in here, on a second PC. I just followed the thing and everything just worked. I don't even know what I did.
Yeah, the flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a lot of people have been asking because my audio line now is the dumbest thing in the world. So it comes out, I'll just go through it real quick. It comes out 1/8 to XLR Y cable into the mixer from one PC, 1/8 to XLR cable into a Y cable from the other PC into the mixer. From the mixer, or also then we have the mic going into XLR into a cloud lifter to get clean dB bump. It gets 20 clean decibel bump because this mic is inherently quiet. Then that goes into the mixer, and then I send out main out to line in on the back of the streaming PC. But on the process there's also like an RCA coupler, splitting the RCA signal into stereo, then going back into a ground loop isolator to make sure that's a clean line going into the PC. Like all this shit, when one thing breaks, I have to check like 30 different things. Oh, also that feeds into, a compressor and then into a headphone amp, which then spits out the signal to the line in.
What the hell did you just say?
So when
I'm really trying to be interested.
What?
In this.
Yeah. So when all that breaks, I'm just like, well,
Throwing in the flag.
I don't know what the fuck's doing.
What did you
That
just
is,
say?
have you ever heard of something called the KISS principle?
What is that? I've not.
It's keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. The reason.
Just for the record, all those words you just put together in that order, you do not sound that good.
I know they don't.
Okay.
But yeah,
things.
this is all Wheat's doing.
I'm flying
was like,
JP over
yeah,
to do my
sure.
audio next week.
No, don't. I'll break something. I'll fry your new PC because I'll fucking leave phantom power on the board and just short it all out. But yeah. Anyways, that's what I've been up to, building a PC and fucking with audio. But I got a new capture card, which is nice because I can finally play in 1440p G-Sync, which is good.
Is that the Magewell?
Yes, it's the card that Lyric and Waffle and all them have been buying.
And does it do 60 frames per second?
Yep. It
Okay,
captures.
good. That's what I ordered yesterday.
You can
Yeah,
capture.
I just
that's
ordered it
gonna
like
be my
2 days
default.
ago.
Yeah. You can capture up to 4,000 by 4,000 100 FPS with it. Like it's a real fucking card.
Damn.
Have
Now,
you
how is
streamed
the
above
sound delay?
There is none. Well, granted,
Yes!
I actually I don't know if that's true or not because I use a mixer for everything, so I don't use the HDMI audio plugging in. It's all on the other side, so I only use it for video. So I actually can't answer that question.
Gotcha.
Have you streamed in 1440?
No. I'm only
you?
streaming at 900p. You could, but it'd have to be like 10,000 bit rate. Like you'd have to bump it up crazy high. But the nice thing is, and I guess we can just talk about this now. OBS has that new multi-platform tool. Have you guys looked at that at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Where you could like stream and record at different bit rates and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it has.
That's amazing.
It has actually like both. You can stream one. You can record at a different resolution and bit rate. So like I could stream at 900p, but also capture at 1440p, and offload that at the same time so that I have VODs for YouTube. The other thing that's awesome is that it has an audio mixer in the software, so you can actually route specific audio sources to each one. So Twitch has a limit of 160. Now I can't even think of the fucking term for it, but you can only stream at like 160 bit rate, I think, on audio. But you could actually just route like 320 or whatever, or 326 to YouTube, and like get a really fucking clean source from that. So
326.
yeah, the numbers are so much higher.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's all about the little shit. But I think that's gonna be like the new thing whenever they get that all fixed out, because it's still an alpha.
You know, I really like these two YouTubers, but that guy's in 326.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever seen like a 4K video on YouTube or a 1440p from like
I have.
Yeah, it looks fucking amazing.
It's like so crisp.
Yeah, it's super crisp.
Dude, I make fart noises on my broadcast. I don't think anyone's gonna care about like in 720 or 14.
We need those spots to be as crisp as possible.
Yeah,
Like they
In
want to watch
1440p, we
every
can see the
single
smoke.
little like
you can see the smoke.
molecule of my mouth move when I go.
Dude. You make fun, but that shit matters, man.
Yeah.
That
I
shit
know.
matters. That shit matters. So yeah, that's where my head's been at. What have you guys been playing? We'll start with Co. What have you been playing, man? As you take a sip from whatever. You can't have that sip, Co.
It's anticipation now.
Okay.
I've been playing, let's see, GTA 5, which I've never played before. I did 2 streams yesterday and today, and they've been a ton of fun. Also, Mortal Kombat 10 really surpassed my expectations. I'm really enjoying it.
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat for a little bit. What?
Absolutely.
Did you start on the PC?
I did, and interestingly enough, for those that haven't heard, it had a really bumpy launch.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it.
Yep, so basically what happened was Mortal Kombat 10 was using this new deployment method where it was being split up into multiple parts, and the theory is pretty good. The theory is that as you play the game, it would only download the components that you need, and it would do it all in the background while you're kind of playing what you want to do, right? Cool idea. Unfortunately, the implementation didn't work at all. So what happened on the first day is basically the loader app, like the basic container, was released. But if you tried to do anything, then it would just crash the desktop without any error. And the worst part is that this persisted not only the whole day, but there was only one bit of information released, and it was basically that, hey, we know something's wrong, we're working on it, and there was no update for 6 hours after the time that people had thought that it was going to be released. Jeez. So, thankfully, as of today, not only does it work well, everything's there, but now that we've had a chance to really look at it and play it, I mean, I haven't played a Mortal Kombat since like 3.
Really?
But I am loving the new one.
Are you a big fighting game guy?
Like, I'm generally, I used to play fighting. Oh, did you say Zeke or Cole? I'm sorry.
No, but whoever. Like, I don't really know any, because I think that like fighting games are in the same realm of RTSs. Like, you're either really good at them or you play to see the pretty things and maybe a little bit of the story, and that's it. Like,
that's me.
Yeah.
Story
okay.
mode.
I think we're all in that, right? We all just want to play story mode.
Story mode.
Well, I actually used to be a competitive fighter back when in like my early 20s and late teens. I used to play in like arcades and stuff and, do tournaments and things. But it was just, that was like, this was a long time ago back in like, the Super Street Fighter versus X-Men days and Super Street Fighter versus X-Men 2 and all that stuff. So, and after that time, I really didn't touch them at all, actually, for a long time. Maybe that like the DBZ games here and there, but nothing serious. But now that I'm playing Mortal Kombat again, and like every time I play a character, I immediately open the move list. I'm like, all right, what can this guy do? All right, let's go look at the combos he can do. All right, let's see what can chain together. How can we tech out of the combos? How are we going to do? How's the throw distance? What's his strike distance like? Like I'm doing all these things that I did back in the day that I haven't even thought about for almost a decade.
Right.
And I got to admit, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Story mode is kind of like an interactive movie with fights in between, which is kind of interesting.
I like that.
There's this new kind of Legend of Grim Rocky opening thing where like you actually are in an isometric dungeon, forward, turn right, move forward, turn left.
Wait,
and you have to move through this area. Yeah, and you have to move through this area using currency that you earn in the story mode to unlock different things like skins and concept art and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that's the crypt.
Okay, that's the crypt. Okay, yeah. That was in 9, yeah.
That was it. See,
they introduced that in 9, yeah.
Yeah, so the crypt was also in 9. But let's see, what else is it? The online stuff is really cool. They brought back the tower, which was kind of fun. A lot of people thought that was pretty cool. And it's just a lot of fun. And the fact that every character can be like 3 distinct different modes.
Yeah, kind of.
That's a lot of variety.
What are you using? Are you using a 360 PC controller? Is that what you're using?
I'm currently using a 360 PC controller and
what's the input
learning
like
the hard way that it is a horrible controller for fighting games.
Is there like latency issues?
Terrible. Well, the D-pad is a single piece, which is notoriously bad for Yeah. So you try to do back forward and your character starts jumping all over the screen. And then the only other option is the thumbsticks, which is of course not by any means that accurate or the best thing for really quick movements and things like that. So I'm getting by, I'm just doing medium and I'm still losing every now and then, but it's I'm thinking about getting. I just recently found out I didn't even know Razer made pads. But I'm actually going to look into the Razer
I've been using this for a while. I don't know if you could see that in Skype, but it's the MLG Pro. I stole this from the office when I worked there a long time ago.
How do you like it?
It's all right. It's kind of cool because if you prefer, and this is a really old product, I don't even know if you can buy it anymore from Mad Catz because the licensing is over. But you can like remove all the different sticks from it, and if you prefer like the PS3 stick to the Xbox stick, you can put that in, and it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's not. It works. It's better than the one that you just showed, I think, because the D-pad is all individual.
No fight stick people out there?
I have a fight stick, but everyone says that for Mortal Kombat, the gamepad is better.
Is it? Okay.
Or that's what people prefer.
For a fight stick.
Yeah. Have you seen the new gamepad they made, the Mortal Kombat specific one?
I've seen it. I don't own it, though.
When I was playing it with
Twitch?
Brendan, oh no, what's his name? That bothers me that I can't remember his name. But when I was playing it with one of the developers, I guess, from Mortal Kombat, he said like that's the reason why the PS3 pad is better because they're all separated, and it's better if you don't like roll it. You just go
yeah.
You press the actual D-pad directions.
Yeah.
Instead of like rolling it like I was used to.
Huh.
Yeah, that's something else I noticed. Like I always remember doing the roll, but every single move in the move list now
one
is
input.
it's all just the straight cardinals. There's no more diagonals pretty much at all. Everything was just the diagonal or the cardinals.
Yep.
I have some fight sticks that Mad Catz sent me a long time ago in my closet. I thought about getting them out, but like no one uses a fight stick for this like on the pro level, no one uses a fight stick, so I don't even know if it's worth it. Plus, I'm just terrible at fighting games in general, and like the competitive aspect that I don't even know if I want to get that out. Use it for 5 minutes and be like, well, this game looks pretty. Next. Like, I'm worried about that. I want to play the story, but did you try online at all? Like, is it working functionally on the PC?
I only had a few hours with it this morning, and I played story mode, I think, for a couple hours, and got to like chapter 7 or something. Made a lot of coverage, although I don't know how long it is.
I think it's about 4 hours
I haven't
long.
tried online mode yet, but I'm actually going to be doing it right after this. I'm probably going to jump on for a couple hours and try some online. That or more story mode. I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to check it out. I'm glad that it's working. It was a little bit weird, like you were saying, that download process where it was downloading in the different chunks. There was like 10 different ones.
29.
29, I guess
And
it was
not
longer
only
than I
that,
thought.
a lot of people ran into the problem I did, where for some reason all of them were unchecked. So if I had not like right-clicked on Mortal Kombat, gone to DLC, and manually checked all 29 packages, it never would have downloaded. Very weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, I was a little pissy when I was trying to play it. I was like, I'm getting it loaded, make sure it captured good and all this kind of stuff, and it just would not go. And I was getting a little upset because, like, really, guys? I mean,
yeah,
pretty big release. You're gonna have like this huge problem where you can't play the fucking game.
Yeah.
The thing that's driving me crazy about this is here you have this brand new deployment platform. Obviously, they've never really done this before. Why would you pick a huge AAA title that, you know,
That's what I was thinking,
thousands
man.
of people
test it
are
on.
going to play for day one testing? It's just, it's mind numbing. I can't believe they would have, like, who made that decision? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But no, Zeke, tons of people were angry yesterday. What was hilarious is I was, you know, as I usually do, I was streaming all day and I was watching, you know, the Twitch things and who was streaming what and that kind of stuff. And it was just this continuous cycle of people, so-and-so is streaming Mortal Kombat. And sure enough, 10 to 50 minutes later, not anymore. And that was just going all day for like, I saw probably 15 streamers, Mortal Kombat for about 10 or 15 minutes and then gone.
Oh, man. Yeah, we should like set up, do they have like, in other fighting games where you can get like a bunch of people in a lobby and then it just rotates people, like it's past the controller type thing?
You know, I was wondering that exact same thing. One of the things I want to do, first of all, is I want to get my stream team involved and have like a stream team tournament. Maybe have like some fun prizes and stuff. And then another thing I wanted to do is, as you guys know, I have a currency system on my channel. I want to do token battles where people can wager tokens. And if they beat me, they get 50% of the tokens they wagered. And if they lose all the tokens.
That'd be cool. I'd be into that.
And then kind of have like a day of, you know, dueling with people from the channel and stuff. So.
You could basically be the co-salty bet system. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Works.
That channel is hilarious, man.
It's
It's just on autopilot. It's just like it's all the time the exact same thing.
When
24/7.
When salty bets like first emerged into the Twitch scene, it was one of my favorite things to do when I was not streaming, just to go to that channel and watch like the stupid fights that happened there between like Where's Waldo against Sherlock Holmes and
Homer Simpson or something.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes would just like be a terribly programmed character, and Where's Waldo would do like a 9,000 hit combo, like one attack or some shit. It's a good. It's an old ass Twitch thing. I think that was even before like Twitch plays Pokemon, but it was a lot of fun to watch that stuff. It was good fun. Speaking of other games, Zeke, did you get a chance to check out Titan Souls yet? I know you were planning on it.
I have not. I was planning on doing a lot of stuff yesterday, which I did none of them, because I did. Yesterday was a year anniversary since I quit my day job and started working here and doing this. So I had a little celebration yesterday on my channel and stuff, and I was going to play like Grand Theft Auto 5. I was going to play Mortal Kombat X. Maybe throw in some Titan Souls. Everything fell through, and it just became like hanging out, showing highlights from the past year, and you know, laughing and talking, and you know, that kind of shit. So I eventually, like, 2 hours in, I eventually just changed the title of my broadcast to Gaming Talk Shows. So like, you know, no one had any. Yeah, see,
What is that?
How
do I find that in the
that's
VOD?
Destiny. That's from the Destiny cast with Co.
Destiny!
We got enough like people goading us and they hit a donation goal that we had to ask Destiny in a dress.
Jesus Christ! Where did you find this dress?
And
Did you
we
borrow this?
killed it, and we looked beautiful.
Fabulous.
I don't. This might actually be
Oh my
against
God,
Twitch
that's
toss.
I'm singing Natural Woman, by the way.
Just loop that throughout the whole show.
Oh my God!
Oh God, you had to pick that one, huh?
I didn't know. I just randomly clicked in the VOD. This is fate.
I know.
This is fate.
So, Towelliee, have you ever worn a dress on stream?
What? No.
Never worn a dress on stream, huh?
No. Why? Stop thinking, please. Take the finger off of your head. I know what this means.
I'm just saying. If you were a fan of Towelliee,
I might look good.
and were to one day donate a donation to him that he were to read, that were to be like, what? People are going to donate me a big amount of money for me to wear a dress? No. And then all of a sudden, more people are doing it, and it kind of snowballs.
I just
and then all of a sudden,
realized-
Towellee's going, oh, well, maybe this will happen. And then all of a sudden, Towellee's in a dress.
There you go. I just realized what's happening to you, Towelliee, and where you've been sitting for quite some time in the Twitch world. Cohh is like that angel on your, the devil on your shoulder. First, he made you grow the beard. I'm pretty sure that was Cohh's idea. And now he's like, you're going to get a dress on stream. Don't listen to this guy.
I'm telling you. I mean, I would have looked good in a dress like 3 weeks ago when I had C cups. I mean, that would have been great. It would have been perfect with a pink dress. But now I just look ridiculous.
Oh God!
How much are we talking about? No, just kidding.
You gotta call up Origin, get a new PC, and if you get a new PC, you'll put on a dress. There you go.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
I'll do whatever Code tells me to do. How about that?
But you're going down a dark path.
I did it with Elo with the beard. I'll do it with Co.
There you go.
We'll talk later.
We can talk later.
Wow,
Jesus
he didn't even
Christ.
have to ply you with drinks like they did for the beard.
Yeah.
Had to get Towelliee all liquored up. That was a fun night.
Jesus Christ.
But I did play. So I didn't play any of those, but I did play last week. I played In Verbis Virtus.
The hell is that?
Tell us about that, man.
It's the spellcasting game where you actually have to have like a headset mic and you speak the spells and you
Oh
cast.
God. Were you just screaming at the computer?
Actually, no. It was the voice recognition for like the actual spells. Excuse me, the actual language, like the made up language that they use, which is sort of Latin, Italian-ish, magic-y language, but it actually recognizes pretty well. But you find yourself saying the same things over and over and over again, which does get kind of tedious. So
Do
I
you
was
just
trying
feel
to
like
change-
Harry Potter? Just like
You can't RP it either. It
Screaming.
sucks.
You do. You totally do. You click the right mouse button. You say like Lumen Ecto, and then you shoot a fucking beam of light out of your hand.
That didn't
Like
work
that.
for me.
That's
That didn't work for me. I had to be like, I tried to be all dramatic, Lumen Ecto, and then the thing just set that. And it was just like, I was like, Lumen Ecto.
Yeah, no, it's.
And I was like,
that's-
yes.
I kind of like that, but they have a system where you can put your own magical phrases in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
really?
doesn't work very well unless I haven't like got to really like specify like if you're gonna do it in English words, it has to be like at least 2-3 words long and like 4 syllables for it to actually recognize the difference between spells. But I will say this, without changing anything, I was walking around and I could say "fuck you" and my hand would go, and I'd have like a light. The computer.
Of course, you just go straight to curse words because that's what I was thinking. Like
as the light spell.
Yeah.
I was thinking Bubicus Maximus, things along
Like
those
that,
lines.
like-
yeah.
Suck my.
Yeah.
How like what? Do you fight other things in this game, or is it a puzzle game? What?
Eventually do, but it's mostly it's a first-person puzzle platformer for the most part. You start getting offensive spells, but they don't come until later. But once you get I just got the fireball spell.
Oh, so you get like other spells as you progress.
Yes, you get more spells as you progress, and you're saying like when you first face an enemy and you got that fireball spell, and you're like, all right, throwing fireballs, and then when it like doesn't work, like it doesn't recognize what you're saying because you're panicking because the guy's coming, you're like, oh God, what was it? It was like, Octujimo, come on! Like, you're like panicking, like yelling spells.
Oh,
But
man.
it doesn't work like that. You can't do that.
You should have set the fireball up to be like, I cast magic missile. Just have
Yeah, I know.
That's like
Lightning
that's
bolt.
the go-to one, actually. Not the first one.
Listen, this is the list that my chat made up
Okay.
for the spells. They don't work because they're not enough syllables. But for light, just light in your hand was blaze it.
Nice.
For the beam is pew pew. For the command, which is like you command like there's symbols on stuff and you command like a platform to raise or whatever. It fucking work was the command for that one. Telekinesis is arise. To get it to come here, and then to get it to push away is fuck off. To get it to stay in midair is chill. The heal spell is yeah. And then, what was the other? There was another one. What was it? Oh, I don't remember. But yeah, I had chat come up with like spell.
And these are all editable in like the game's options. You just type in what it's supposed to be, or what? How
you speak it.
Oh, okay. Then it records.
Yep.
And tries.
It records it.
Man, that
but apparently I have to mess around with it because it didn't work for me the way I was doing it. So.
Huh.
But apparently you can do that.
That's pretty cool. Is this a early access game? Like where can people pick this up if they want to try it out?
On Steam.
It's 40?
20.
Oh, 20. It's like 40 is kind of a steep buy-in for something like this.
It's a full release, $20 on Steam.
Wow.
So
Right
how
now.
many hours have you put into it so far?
Let's see. I did a full broadcast, and then I did I'm gonna say like 13 hours, something like that.
Huh.
Wow.
13.
Wow.
13,
So it's
14
pretty
hours.
big.
Yeah, no. The puzzles, like, some of them are kind of hard to figure out a little bit. Like, you got to read like clues they give you. It's like when it's like Indiana Jones. It was like you must be penitent before God. Like kneel before whatever. Like you have to like do certain actions in the game in order for like something to open up and that kind of thing. So I mean, there's some cool puzzly aspects to it. I spent an hour trying to figure out one puzzle, and I kept rereading the clue again until I finally, fucking clicked. But it's a great game, but it does get tedious saying the spells over and over again. I'll say that.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. For $20, it seems like it's kind of worth it.
Oh, I would say it's totally worth $20.
Yeah. So no Titan Souls.
I haven't picked it up yet. I'm really looking forward to
I
it.
think-
Probably tomorrow or Saturday.
Okay, I think by next week we'll probably have all at least tested that out because it looks really fun.
I'm
You're not into
I'm
it?
conflicted. I'm very
Why is that?
now I don't want to spoil it. This isn't really a spoiler in any
Just
real
talking
way.
about the game mechanics or what?
The game itself.
Okay.
Apparently there are issues with the length to the
Oh,
point where some people, like I heard DM Brandon, I think,
Yeah.
beat in like an hour and a half.
Really?
But then I think Elo took 2.5 hours, and then
Ooh, that's
like
kinda rough.
it's yeah. So but from what I understand, like there's a few bosses that are really really tough, and it just involves getting lucky. And some people are getting it in like the second or third try, and some people are working multiple hours on them. So it's it's kind of hit and miss. But from what I understand, I think it's a bit more kind of basic than people were hoping. People were like, yeah, it's pixelated Dark Souls. It's yeah, but it's. I was kind of hoping for a bigger, something a little bit larger in scope.
So you're saying that I could probably play it for a week then?
It'll probably take you like a week or two.
Okay,
you
okay.
could probably stretch it to. You could probably make like a Titan Souls month. Z.
Yeah. I just beat Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Blood.
No,
But you finally
it-
finished that.
you know,
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, but again, I definitely want to check it out, but it just with that much variance in time, it's kind of weird to plan for. I'm someone that likes to plan like blocks of streaming and stuff, and the idea that it could be really short is kind of odd. I still want to try it though. The demo was fun. The demo only took me like 10 minutes though. I was kind of disappointed with the demo too.
How many bosses were in the demo?
I think only 3. I think it was only about 3.
Okay.
Spent about 5 minutes on each one. But now, if you played, this isn't a spoiler if you played the demo, and I do not know if every boss is like this, but I will say it's very strange that every boss is basically one-hit kill. At least they are in the demo. Like
I know
it's
that.
not an
Well-
issue. It's not an issue of a long battle where endurance and you have to it's kind of like you have to do the same thing over and over and over to really make it kind of go home. You kind of you figure it out, and then you keep trying until you get lucky, and then you get that one hit, and it's like there you go, you're done.
Yeah.
It's a little odd. It's different.
I know some of the bosses kind of get around that by like making it so you're not actually like hitting the enemy itself, but you're hitting a container of something. I guess maybe without. I don't want to spoil it for certain people, but some people might view that as a spoiler.
Yeah,
but
please don't. I mean, I'm still gonna play it for sure.
yeah, I'm kind of disappointed the game's that short though. I would have thought that it would have been like, I don't know. I guess it's only bosses, right? There's no. It's just like you go from boss room to boss room, right?
It is in the demo at least.
Okay, I think that's how it is in the full game too. I don't think there's no monsters in between bosses. So I don't know. I guess we'll talk about it more intelligently when we've actually played it, rather than just hey, I think it's this. Well, that sounds cool.
Let's all guess what it is.
Let's all guess what it is and talk about nothing. Yeah.
You tried anything new out, Towelliee?
Yeah, Towelliee, I was gonna ask. Your computer's been down. What do you?
Oh shit, that's right. God, what a dick I am.
Have you been like playing mobile games? Did you try Hearthstone out on the phone?
You're funny. You're a funny guy. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
5 seconds. 5 seconds. Oh, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. So my computer's broke.
That was good. Thank you for that, Towelliee.
Yeah. No problem. Hey, it's refreshing. It's like therapeutic, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean like when the computer's down. I mean, I just do a lot of networking, a lot of Twitter. I just play other games. I've been like on an MMO rampage in the past like couple of weeks. I mean, I don't even touch WoW really anymore. I've been playing like WildStar, Elder Scrolls Online, Skyforge beta. Like I've just been playing a bunch of MMOs, and obviously I'm still on that H1Z1 kick. I can't get off of it. I don't know why.
I want to get back on it. I need to.
I have to like. I don't know. I think I might go to meetings pretty soon, like battle royale meetings. Like Towelliee, my name is Towelliee, and I'm a battle royale addict. I go around killing people in my underwear all the time now. And
oh god.
But no, H1Z1's been really fun. I love it, man. They keep giving updates every week to improve the game and fixing bugs,
really
and adding new content. I love it. And other than that, yeah, I've been enjoying a bunch of MMOs. Last weekend I played WildStar a lot on the live stream. We're doing some night streams playing MMOs. I'm calling it like MMO After Dark, just like picking a random MMO and doing it like Final Fantasy 14. JP, I know you've been playing it, so
yep. Still I got on that crack. It's good.
Yeah, I have to do the story mode and I'm like, I don't know, like 30 hours worth of story behind to catch up, so I can actually play the next expansion.
Yeah, dude, isn't that crazy that you have to do the story stuff before you can get into the expansion, no matter what.
You have to be caught up on the story.
Up to what level?
Up to the you hit level 50, you have to do 5 patches worth of the story. Correct me if I'm wrong at all in this, Towelliee. And then you get to the expansion. You cannot just skip that, no matter what you do.
So if you make a new character, you can't even go to the new area until you level up in the old area?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even that. You can't even go to the new area until you finish the story quest at 50. So you get to 50, and then you have to do 5 patches worth of the story, which are dungeons, like smaller dungeons, raids, different like small bosses and like fetch quests and shit like that. So it'll take like a full day to do it all, and then you can go to the expansion.
More than that. Yeah, like when you go to World of Warcraft, you just go.
Yeah, you just go.
It doesn't matter what level you are. But here, like even let's say you just came back, you're like, oh, I can't wait to play the new Final Fantasy 14 expansion. It's gonna be so awesome. And then you log in and you're like, all right, let's go to the new stuff. And then it's like, sorry, you must complete the last 18 million hours worth of story quests. And
there's
a
lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's messed up.
So did you do it, Towelliee? Did you catch up the story and check out the new stuff?
No, I'm gonna do that. I think this Saturday I'm gonna try and see how much I can do.
Yeah, I'm not even caught up. I've only done the I think I'm right where you are when you quit the game. Like the first 2.0 story quest where these are spoilers, but it doesn't matter for an MMO and came out years ago. It's like it's right when you get your Magitech armor. Like that's right where I'm at.
Okay.
Right after you beat that first raid. So
I'm at the Crystal Palace part. I think that's where I'm at.
Okay.
That's not too bad. I have a couple characters there actually. But now tell me something, JP and Towelliee. Like what is the selling point of the new expansion? Is there anything in the new expansion for Final Fantasy that is like a must get? You know, like I need to get into Final Fantasy and try this for you guys.
Well, Towelliee, answer. I have my own. I think that's kind of on a personal basis, but
yeah, I mean, I want to try the new tank. They have like what is it called? The
Dark Knight. Tank? Yeah, so the Dark Knight was in Final Fantasy 11, and they're bringing it back. It was a DPS in 11, and now it's a tank in the new one.
Yeah, anytime there's a tank in any MMO, I gotta try it. So
yeah,
even Neverwinter has a paladin tank now, and I gotta maybe try that pretty soon.
The producer said that the inspiration for the Dark Knight is Artorias from Dark Souls 2. So like, if that doesn't get your fucking nerd boner going, that's like an amazing inspiration in terms of how it'll look.
So, what other like big things is the expansion bringing though? Like, is it new raids or any big new features? Like, I haven't looked into it.
So it's bringing flying mounts only in the new zones. I think there's of course could be a new raid. There's brand new story stuff. They just released the launch trailer for it last week. However, it has heavy spoilers for the game if you care about that stuff. Apparently, like the latest patch that went live 2 weeks ago, which I've not seen. Apparently, they go straight Game of Thrones, and there's like a 50-minute cutscene of just like major characters just like being killed. So I don't know what happens in it, but for an MMO, like the story stuff that I've done, the stuff that's actually like voice acted, it's pretty cool. They have a lot of cool stuff in it, and it's a straight up, like it's Final Fantasy through and through. There, and a lot of the stuff is fan servicey. Like there's Magitech from Final Fantasy VI. The first raid that you go into is a big Final Fantasy II. I think it's called the Crystal Palace. I think that's what you were mentioning, Towelliee.
Yeah.
It's like a big Final Fantasy II fan service thing. And that's kind of like, that's what that game is a culmination of like all of the Final Fantasies in an MMO, where there's just like, there's the Golden Saucer, and there's Chocobo Racing in there, Chocobo Racing, whichever one it is, I never remember. There's the Triple Triad from, I think, Final Fantasy VIII, like the card mini game. Okay. Do you remember that a long time ago? There's a ton of shit to do at 50, but yeah, and the other big thing is that this is really dumb. It's introducing DirectX 11 in the expansion, and it's only been DirectX 9 for the entirety of the game.
Wow, really? I thought it was 11 the whole time.
No, so it's getting a graphics bump.
Oh wow, it looked pretty good already. I mean,
yeah, there's like a 7-minute video or something, 7-minute video rather, where it's got like all of the new zones, and they kind of tour you around the world. It looks really cool. Like I'm mostly playing because I like the way the game looks, and I have a bunch of friends playing it.
I've never played it. I haven't played a Final Fantasy since 7. Doesn't matter. Can I just jump right in and go?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But let's. I have a reputation on Twitch. If you've seen me on other shows, I am the
no,
MMO.
You don't.
I have many reputations. I am the MMO snake oil salesman. I will sell you any MMO and get you involved, and then I will just cold turkey quit on you because I don't.
I thought that was me. Wait, what?
I think we both do that.
Yeah, actually, that's any streamer on Twitch that's ever played an MMO ever.
Okay, maybe.
No, I mean it's true. I actually have a very large disclaimer anytime I play an MMO these days, and I talk frequently about like I'll try to be as upfront as I can. I'll try to have plans, but I will be leaving this someday. You know, I don't know. You know, and if I feel that kind of little tinge coming that I don't really want to play anymore, I'll try to be upfront about it. And you know, it's really rough because MMOs have very dedicated communities. And a lot of times people will want you because you're playing the game they love.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they like you too. You know, you complement what they really enjoy. But at the same time, when you stop playing that game, they're going to keep playing it, and that's their real interest. So they're going to go find other streamers that are playing it or that kind of thing. And, you know, so it's really tough. It's really tough. I feel really bad every time I leave an MMO because I know that I'm going to lose people. And a lot of times they're really fun, cool people. But it's just... part of the game. Kind of sucks.
I did that with Arcade. I think we all did that with Arcade, where we jumped in like super hard, and then I just had to quit because of stream sniping. I just couldn't deal. I think me and you, that was like right when we started talking to each other, and we'd wake up every morning and be like, well,
planning raids and stuff.
The Brazilian Zergs are out, man. They're out in the sea right now. What are we gonna do? It's like, oh well, they already know that we're out there, man. Just don't even bother because there's someone in my guild because I just mass invited the entire server. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, you did. Like everyone was coming for that booty.
Yeah,
but it was the kind of thing. Like I remember a few mornings in particular, we would have like people waiting to report. It was like scouts. We'd wake up and get online. You know, scouts report. You know, what does the seas look like? Can we do a trade run? You know,
it was fun.
It was like these crazy Skype conversations about strategy and game. Man, that was good times. But for me, it was the castles took like the spacing and everything and the content that killed it for me. And then it was slowly becoming that really gray line between pay to win and pay to progress that was just getting really uncomfortable to.
I heard it only
walk.
got worse when we quit.
Yeah, it got a lot worse since we quit. It was best in alpha and beta, and at the end of beta, it's when it started getting really gray with the
Yeah.
whole pay to progress thing. Like that, pay to progress and pay to win. That is an argument I've had too many times, and I don't. It's such an opinion. You know, each sides have perfectly valid arguments, so there's no right answer. It's really tough.
Yeah. But
yeah, so that was it for that one.
But yeah, MMOs, man, I'll always have that. That's like my fucking addiction through and through. I will go to actual AA meetings when I'm old and like playing some shitty fucking WoW 3.0 or whatever the hell's out then. Speaking of WoW, Towelliee, you were on. Did they put in a new patch? Are they on the PTR or something? The new raid?
The
Is that what that is?
the 6.2 patch is on the PTR, which is I think it should be like the last raid, which is I mean.
The last raid of Draenor?
Maybe.
What?
I mean,
Already? It's been like
3-4 months. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Everything's happening so quickly because I think they mentioned that they wanted to do like only year and a half expansions, and they said this expansion might only possibly be like 2 tiers of rating. So we're already getting the 6.2. They have the Hellfire Citadel where it's like all Gul'dan's people. Archimonde's coming back. Kilrog's in there, and like you look at Doomlord Kazakh. You remember him from BC? He's out there.
Back.
He's there. He's there in 10N Jungle as like a world boss again. Where Hellfire Peninsula was would have been whatever. But yeah, I mean they already have 6.2 on the PTR, and I'm saying to myself, there either has to be another raid coming out pretty soon for WoW besides this one, or this is going to be it. And at BlizzCon, we're just going to get the announcement of the next raid. The next expansion, and it's going to be like a year.
An annual announcement of an expansion every BlizzCon.
Yeah, it seems that way because by the time BlizzCon comes around, it'll be like a year since this expansion came out, and I guess the other 5 or 6 months would just be whatever content is left.
This is how bad it is. Literally watching your VOD for 5 seconds, and a rush of emotions comes over, and it's like, man, WoW's a pretty good video game. I'm just like staring at this thing like,
one day at a time, buddy.
All I do is play Garrison in the morning. I call it Garrison Talk in the morning. Before I go play H1Z1, I just talk to my stream for like an hour just about the topics, the news, the movies we've been watching, just random gamer topics. And then after an hour hits, I just finish my Garrison stuff and go to H1Z1 and the rest of the games I want to play,
Listen, before you pick up the mouse, pick up the phone. I'm always available.
Dude, I used to tell Towelliee that I would live vicariously through him by watching him play WoW all the time. I would just watch his stream at the end of the day and play WoW through him with that in regard. And now I'm just like, man, this looks pretty good.
Well, I had to take a break because of the surgery, so I couldn't raid in the last year with my guild. I'm actually coming back to raiding next Thursday.
Oh.
So yeah, just because people don't think about it, right? But I'm not, according to my doctor, I'm not allowed to get my heart rate up and get my blood pressure up. But when you're doing like mythic bosses and you're like in those last 5 or 10 seconds and it's 4%, like your heart's racing, you can't even fucking breathe.
Man.
Dude, your hands are shaking.
Yeah, you're like shaking.
Your body's like.
For sure.
I don't want to have a heart attack live on my stream, like because of the surgery I just had. So my doctor was like,
wait. So you don't do that, but you play H1Z1? Like what? What does the doctor says that's okay?
Well, no, he doesn't dictate what game, but I know myself. Like when I'm playing H1Z1, and let's say I'm top 10, I'm not freaking out. I'm just hiding by a tree, hoping I can hide in a bush.
Man, I play that game on edge all the time.
Tell me this. The first few times you got to the top 10 in H1Z1.
That was pretty intense,
yeah.
Okay. Like for me, that's actually one of the reasons that I stopped playing it as much as I do is I noticed that there were a few times I got to like the top 2 or 3, and I was just like, oh, I lost. Like I remember when I used to get to like the top 10 and I'd be like, okay, guys, I'm not going to chat. I'm not watching chat anymore. If I'm whispering, pardon me, it's just because I'm really getting into it. Like I would get totally serious and like turn my speakers up, turn my music off,
that
get totally plugged.
I
could feel the droplets of sweat. Like the one time that I got in the top 10, I could feel like the sweat beading up on my forehead while I was hiding in this like blackberry bush.
That's like, interesting to me.
No one see me. I'm a bush.
Why do you think that went away for you, Cohh? Just because it happens so often, or because you knew that people could be teaming, or because the arcadiness of it? Like, what is the?
It was a large combination. I won a few times. That definitely was a big part. Winning a few times. I think I won like 4 or 5 times by the time that I was done. The teaming aspect got to me a lot. The stream sniping got to me a few times. Like it's really really frustrating when someone kills you and then walks over and was just like, "Yeah, gotcha, Co. Love your stream, bro. Watching it right now."
Oh, that
just
shit's the most infuriating thing in the fucking world, man.
I mean, I don't.
And the worst part is when you've been in a game for like 30 minutes, like meticulously searching, and you've gotten 2 really good kills, and you almost died, and it's this epic adventure, and then some dude just just runs up. Yeah,
fucking jack off anyway.
But the thing, I'll tell you this though, the last one of the last big BRs I played though was really weird, and I'm guessing they probably fixed this by now. I got to the top 3. It was on the side of the mountain. It was closing in, and it closed all the way to the last bit. And I was really, intense, and it was me and one other person. 15 minutes went by. Like it timed out, and then a 5-minute timer came up, and then it was like a 5-minute player extension time came up, and then it just ended. I ran around the whole thing. No one was
Never
there.
saw him?
And I finished second.
Was he it?
Probably a hacker in the sky or something.
I don't know what.
Someone
I still
glitched through a
don't know what
mountain.
happened.
Yeah, that's
But
weird.
I never. When that round ended, I just sat there and I was just like, it was like all the wind for my
It ended
sails.
for you?
Got sucked out. Yeah, I was actually the last BR that I played and actually got far in. Granted, don't get me wrong, I still think it's an amazing game, and like I tell people, I have almost 400 hours in it. It's phenomenal. And I do plan on going back. In fact, the last time I went back, there's so much that changes in that game. I don't think any other game is getting updated that fast.
No way.
Which is amazing.
No way.
Considering especially the company got bought. I probably have said Sony a few times, but it's Daybreak now. But it's really impressive how fast that game is being built. And it's really cool to see that they're listening to what the people are saying, and then it all gets put in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
hope a
definitely
lot
wanna
of other
check that
companies
out.
are watching H1Z1.
For sure. You're talking about that feeling going away for H1Z1. I've played probably 150 hours worth of only BR in Arma 3, and it never went away for me. Always in the top 10, always in the top 5. It came back like right away. And I think it's just because of how like H1Z1 is an arcadey type shooter, and Arma 3 is kind of like simulation based and more like realistic, I guess, for whatever reason, or for whatever that means. But it never went away from me, and now I kind of want to play Arma 3 more than H1Z1 when it comes to BR. But I need to get back to it regardless. They're both fantastic games. They're both fantastic games to stream, but there's just been too much shit coming out lately, so I haven't had time.
Oh my god, it's been nuts. There's been very few times when I've had this many very streamable, very fun, very engaging games to play.
Yeah.
Like I get up in the morning and I'm just like, where do we start?
Yeah, there's
and there's games that I haven't even
as to what you're
streamed
gonna
yet
stream.
that I know would be great to stream.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very nice.
I guess before we even get to Grand Theft Auto, we played a little bit of Killing Floor. The 3 of us. Did you play that, Towelliee? Did you jump into Killing Floor at all? Killing Floor 2?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We've all played it. Yeah, what did you guys think? I think it's pretty fun with friends. I think solo play is kind of shitty, but
I never
That
tried
one
the
day,
solo
man,
play,
that
but
we all played, that was so much fun, dude. I mean, it's very.
blast. Yeah.
I had such a
Fun
good
game.
time. I'm really looking forward to that game coming out because I want to do many more of those streams. Dude, I met Fairlight Excalibur.
Yeah, dude.
For two.
He was
awesome, dude.
He
Great
was like
guy.
leading us around. He was basically the leader of our team because
Superior medic.
we had no
Oh,
idea
man,
what was
fantastic.
going on.
Hold on. He's now the guy that I remember that the guy that was leading us around.
He was the medic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
But
played him too.
he's involved with the
No,
No.
Fairlight Excalibur. He's another big streamer.
He's a streamer,
He's
yeah.
actually
Oh,
he's kind
okay,
of famous
gotcha,
because
okay,
he's
okay.
never cussed ever. Not just on stream. Ever. But he's he's like a cool dude. He's not, like it's
I
very
feel
chill.
terrible then. I didn't know that.
But you're just kind of a general ass anyway.
Yeah, I
Trust
I
me,
just say everything in
your
my other way.
asshole demeanor is there way before you are.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about it.
Okay, good.
You've got
See,
a
yeah, you look
reputation
like an
now.
asshole. I just look like an idiot, like oblivious.
Yeah.
So like we've got our
Sixty,
like
everybody
archetypes.
guy.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Tyler, what'd you think of it? You were playing some of it, right?
Yeah, I didn't get to really play with a lot of other streamers. I just played with most of some subs. I played for
jump
about
in
like
with us
3
next time we play for sure.
Yeah, let me know, man. Just invite me. I'm down. But I mean, I like it. It's pretty cool. I didn't even know. I think I played Killing Floor 1, and I don't even remember it being like that. I'm not sure there was a big difference between 1 and 2. But I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm playing the Commando?
Yeah. The main, I think it's like the main shooting class.
Yeah, the
or
main
whatever.
shooting one, and it gets intense, man. Like I did normal
yeah.
mode. I'm like, all right, let me do hard because normal was way too easy. I did hard, and it's like you're lucky if you get to that last wave.
Dude,
with
we never beat the final boss on hard. We got
I still
to him,
haven't.
We got to
I
him
did.
like 4
25
times.
plus hours in that game. Never beaten the boss on hard. Easy, like 5 or 6 times. Never hard.
I did it with some group.
Yeah.
Some
Dude,
random subs carried me.
Congrats, man.
It always came down to Fairlight
died.
Excalibur at the very end versus the boss, and then he'd like kite around for like 10 minutes, and we'd all just be like, "Is he good? Is he? Nope. No, you got fucking hit. God damn it. Let's do it all over again. Let's just back it up. We'll see you next round."
But you know, it's interesting because on past shows we've talked about how important it is in games that have repetitive loops to have that engaging metagame that kind of follows outside of the rounds.
Yeah.
Killing Floor 2 is a perfect example of how to do that right, where you have multiple classes that have tangible benefits. They all level outside of the rounds. They give you real power as you gain levels. They get the perks, especially the later ones, completely change how you play the game in some ways. Like that's the kind of stuff that game companies, like the guys who made Evolve, should be looking at and going, "That's what we should have done. That's what we should have done."
Talking about Evolve, and I really want to talk about Grand Theft Auto, but I kind of feel bad for Evolve, dude. Like,
I do too.
no one is playing or talking about that game at all.
No, it's gone.
I can't even find it, man. It
As fast as Titanfall. Yeah, Tally. What did you think of it?
Which one?
Evolve. Did you get a lot of time in that?
Oh yeah, I got a lot. I mean, I think like once I just maxed out the assault, which is my favorite class to play, I was like, what do I do now? Then you had, I think they had a new hunter patch and a new monster patch.
They put in a bunch of classes like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and even then, I think like maybe 5 hours of streams were had, then no one played it after that. Like no one's playing it. I think on Steam it's actually one of the lowest played games right now.
Wow.
Dude, it's all about that meta. You have to give players the reason to play your repetitive loop. Like I could go back right now and play Killing Floor for another 2 hours. I've played those maps probably 100 times a piece. There's only one boss. There's only like 5 types of enemies, and it's the same thing every time. But I know I'll be working towards my level 25 commando perk, and I can't wait to see what it does. So it's the kind of thing where it's like you enjoy the game more knowing you're working towards a goal.
Yeah.
And Evolve completely lacked that part of it. 100%. There was no reason to keep playing. Zero. This is one of the reasons like the Dreadnought guys. I'm like every time I talk to the Dreadnought guys, I'm like, guys, look at Evolve. Now look at Killing Floor. Look at World of Tanks. Look at World of Warships. Like, look at these games that people do the same thing over and over and love doing it because they're working towards that exterior goal. Yeah. So, Evolve is great. One of the best made games I've seen in a long time. It's beautiful. It works. The classes are fun. It's balanced. If it had that metagame, it would have gone so much further.
You think the fact that before the game was officially released, I'm pretty sure every streamer had like 40 hours into it because of how many beta weekends they did hurt it at all? Yeah. Because like we were playing this back in I think the first time that we were able to play it was in November. Like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Was the first beta weekend for it. I think all of us were playing it.
I have to say, I feel the same way about Killing Floor. I probably have right now just about as many, or at least a solid amount in Killing Floor as I did in Evolve. When Killing Floor goes live and wipes my stats, I'll probably put in the exact same amount of time I did in beta to get back up to the point that I was in.
Yeah.
Evolve lacked that. So when we played all those hours, and then it came out, and there was really nothing different at all for us.
Right.
It was the same game. There was
true,
nothing changed. If that meta had been there, and then they erased it on release, so we all had to start over, I bet a lot of us would have, and a lot of us would have kept going with it.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I don't know about you guys, but I am I'm not very good at video games, as you probably know.
I'm with you, bro.
But I like the team up PvE aspect of Killing Floor rather than the PvP aspect of Evolve, because there's no, I mean, you're all on a team. There's no like someone is super good at being the monster and will kill you every time and that kind of thing. Like you're playing, you'll get better at like a Killing Floor 2 if you go with the classes and stuff like that. Whereas Evolve, me being like, PvP is just harsh for me because I'm not very good at it.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I have no interest in going back and playing this game. Like, I think it's just gonna fall into obscurity.
Would you put Siege under that, Co? You know, Rainbow Six?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's
under that
actually
category for Killing Floor.
Here's the thing with Siege. I played Siege for like 5 hours when it first came out. I enjoyed every minute of it. I love the destructible environments. I thought all the classes were fun. I really liked it. And what got me kind of excited about all this is if you notice between the rounds on Siege, something is leveling. You're gaining a level outside of your rounds.
Yeah, I was trying to figure
now,
out
if
what that
they
was.
take that system and develop it into something where you unlock weapons and gadgets and abilities and items and maybe new classes and maybe new custom equipment. If they take that system and make it so I have a reason to play those same maps over and over and over, that could be a really fun game that I could play for a while. If they make it some Titanfall-esque, get all the weapons in one sitting and then it's just a bunch of repetition for 10 levels, it's probably going to go the way of Evolve. But I will say that I think the destructible environments in Rainbow Six are really going to give it a little boost that a lot of other games don't have, because that allows so much more creative.
Every round is different
strategy.
in that regard.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I really like that. But at the same time, I do think they need to have a really good reason to keep people playing that game loop. They need to give incentive to playing the rounds over and over, doing well, gaining special medals. There's a reason achievement systems do so well by giving you something to work towards.
I feel kind of bad, honestly, and I don't know why, but for like publishers and developers, like when a game launches, that first day is like Rainbow Six Siege. I think first day, I'm pretty sure it broke 100K viewers on Twitch. If not, it got super close to it. And now it's probably in like the hundreds, maybe the thousands if it's lucky. Like no one's probably playing it right now.
The hype, man. It's new games come out.
Well,
as like a streamer, that's just how it goes. But as like a developer and a publisher, like that sucks, man. Like I don't know how you deal with that.
Maybe they should come talk to us after we're done playing.
What was that, Towelliee?
What was that, Towelliee?
I'll say, well, I mean, a lot of streamers, they play the games on the first day. It's all the hype. Everyone goes crazy playing because everyone else is playing it, so you want to play it too. Yeah. And it's like afterward, especially for an alpha like Siege, a closed alpha, I'm surprised that they didn't. I mean, I don't know if they came to you. They came to a lot of the streamers afterward for more feedback, to give us updates. So it'd be nice if, like, during all these alphas and betas and game releases, if the developers and publishers would actually talk to us too, because maybe that would keep us playing the game as well. Like,
that's true. That's a good point. What were you going to say, Ko?
Actually, someone just brought up something really interesting in chat that we can talk about later. It has to do with Witcher 3, but that down the road. But one of the things that's interesting about Siege, though, that I think is important to mention, that I know is one of the reasons I stopped playing it, is I got the same map 15 times in a row.
Yeah, there's only two maps, right?
But that's the thing. You only get the house map like 1 out of 10 times.
See, okay, yeah. I thought you were going to say
that was a huge reason. I talked to a lot of other streamers about Siege, and that was a huge reason they stopped playing. Because don't get me wrong, playing the same map for 4 hours is a testament of how good your game is at base. I mean, it's a fundamentally fun game. But the fact that there was only 2 maps and one of them was like 80 to 90% of the time, it almost makes me think they should have waited until they had like 3 or 4 more solid maps before releasing the alpha or whatever they called it. I don't know.
Well, that and like, I think the main reason that at least I stopped playing is there's no fucking party system. Like, I can't play with my friends. I have to sit there and queue 30 times in a row.
And open mic.
And open mic is the most... As someone who, like, we were talking about the opening of the stream, someone who spends so much fucking time on its production, I just have no control over what's coming over the stream. Because everyone's mic is open.
I hated it.
By that.
You're trying to talk to your live stream,
all
you
the
can't.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would tell people, just be like, hey, can you guys just mute me? Like, I'm going to be telling people to go fist themselves. You don't want to hear it. I'm not going to be telling you about the game. Just mute me, please.
Like, guys, I'm streaming. Can you just mute me? And then they start yelling at me like, fuck you, shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, I hated the...
It's literally like walking into Twitch chat and having no ability to turn it on or off, quiet, or it's just on. Like, you just hear it no matter what. And that's what it felt like. I totally forgot about that, but that was the main reason.
That was baffling. I could not believe... How can you, like, push to talk of all the things not to put in your game?
It honestly felt like they had a date in mind, and they weren't going to change it regardless of what was not going to work, Like, the party system didn't work, the open mic stuff didn't work, or did work, I guess, in that regard, but
that sounds completely possible. Absolutely.
We're going to force you to work as a team. Okay.
Yeah. Like, we got to get this out there. And they didn't even announce it, actually, until, I think the Friday before it came out on that Tuesday, so that they could have changed it, but who knows? Ubisoft is I think one of the biggest third-party publishers in the world, so there's probably some reason, and we'll never know the story. But I definitely want to check out more Rainbow Six in the future, like when they get the leveling system and all that stuff in there.
Definitely looking forward to following that one for sure.
Should we talk a little bit about Grand Theft Auto on the PC? Because I'm fucking loving it. It's so much fun.
I wish I could play it.
I don't know. Like, I did not anticipate the game to be that fun after having completed it on the PS3 almost a year ago, or maybe even 2 years ago.
Is there better? I mean, is there like different stuff?
I haven't played. You have to play the prologue to get online, but apart from that, I haven't touched the single player on PC. I beat it, and it was one of my favorite games of all time on the PS3.
Okay, because I played through GTA 5 on PS3.
Yeah. You got to get through. You have to get to where Franklin gets to his house. Yeah. It's like 4 or 5 missions in.
And then you just did online stuff the whole.
Yeah, I was playing with the stream team, and like, man, just stupid stuff happens, and chaos is all around you at any moment. We had 30 of us in there. Like 30 people in the world of GTA Online is insane. It was so much fun. I had so much. We played it for like 8 hours straight. I haven't done that in a long time.
What were you doing? What do you do?
You could, like, here, I'll just show you this.
Okay.
These are 30 people in my house, and the door would ring, and I'd go walk over to the door. I'd answer the door and see who it is. And then I'd go and just talk to people in my house. People were just taking like bong rips in the house and like drinking wine. just stupidity.
You had a party in GTA.
Well, we just had a party in my house. We did this for 45 minutes.
Why would you? What is the draw?
So I can tell you why it's
like
so fun.
Sub mixer at your GTA apartment.
It was so much fun.
Doesn't it become like white noise?
No, because I muted the in-game talk, the in-game communication. So
okay. So you just did like TeamSpeak or whatever.
Yeah. No, we just had like me and the other streamers on TeamSpeak.
Okay.
It was so much fun.
We had
a mixer. Like, watch, I'm gonna walk into the bathroom and like some guy's trying to take a shower in there. It's like, it's like
The Sims, man.
It was like Second Life for The Sims. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
The online, the way that you can create a crew and have it be public, and then everyone on your stream can join that crew, and then you can invite the entire crew to your game. You can get chat interaction in there so easily. I'm gonna
have to get in there.
And then
I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
And then you can like drop into a 30-person race where everyone's riding bicycles and racing against each other with GTA mode on, so you can shoot each other. And like, we did a race where, for example, we did a race with cars, and I was in first, and some guy got ahead of me. Or sorry, I was about to lap someone who was in like 28th place or something like that. He stops his car in the middle of the road, turns it to the side, gets out with a rocket launcher, and shoots me. And I get third place because this asshole kills me right at the finish line.
That's awesome.
And it's so cool. Like that type of stuff is so funny.
Okay, that sounds fun.
And the other thing, this thing right here is called, I forget the game type. I think it's called rally mode. And it's like rally racing where one player can see where the route is, where you're supposed to go, and the other player is driving. So it's up to the guy on the right to like say, all right, take this exit, take that, turn right here at this street, turn left here. And the driver just has to drive, right? And so doing that with people on TeamSpeak and also like all of your viewers in there was super fun. Strippin got someone yesterday who was just he was just yelling at him nonstop, just screaming at the top of his lung on how he's such an idiot. And like he can't understand how he wakes up in the morning and all this. It was hilarious because of how salty he got. And then you can do TDM stuff with everyone in your crew. It's a lot of fun. Here's the bike race right here, where it's just me driving a bike with everyone else shooting me. And it's just stupid chaos fun. Like I just nailed Adam, yeah, with the pistol while driving by on a bicycle. Like what is that?
Oh my god.
It's only GTA experiences.
All right. You sold me on.
You got to check it out at least.
I already bought it.
Like this right here is complete mayhem here at the end. 30 of us are right outside of a military thing, and we're all trying to get in. So like, there's cops here. There's 30 players here. There's tons of cars. There's all the traffic in the game to begin with, and I was getting steady 60 FPS with everything maxed out at 1440p because it's like super optimized. It's one of the best Yeah, then my car just blew up for some reason. Like, it's one of the best optimized games on the PC in a long time. But you should definitely check it out if you haven't.
You have to.
At least for the online stuff. If you don't care about the single player stuff, which I think is that's what you're playing through, right?
I am mainly playing through the single player. I've never played Grand Theft Auto 5 before, so I've been playing through it now.
You like it? It's so good.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I wasn't planning on playing GTA 5. As I had said many times before, I was probably just going to skip it. But then finally, as it got closer to release, I decided, hey, I'll go check out the Steam page. And I watched the little Steam video, and there were so many things I saw that I was like, that's not in any other game I've played.
Exactly.
That it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I need to try it. Like, if nothing else, just to see what's in it. And sure enough, I've been playing it now, I think 2 days in the mornings. So probably about 10 hours in. I'm having a blast. Like, I've never... It's very rare that a game world feels so alive. There's so much to do in so many places. There's so many, different things happening at once. You can go and do whatever you want. And at the same time, everything feels and looks really well made and professional.
Yeah.
There's like barely any graphic bugs.
You can see where they spent all the time, right? Like,
what?
You could see how much time they spent and why it took so long to get it out.
The animations and stuff are incredible. And also the thing that really kind of blows me away about it, and I look for this stuff, which is why I keep finding it, is watching how different elements in the game world interact. So like one thing it just blew me away, we're coming up from a thing, a lot of you guys may remember this when this happened. I'm walking around the side of a building and all of a sudden all this gunfire erupts. And what happened is, we come around the side and there's 3 dead people on the side or on the road. There's 2 guys behind the hood of a car shooting at this car behind him. A car of gangers ran into a cop car and then tried to get away and hit another car. So now they were having a shootout.
And this is all AI scripted, right? This is all
AI scripted.
Yeah.
And then they killed each other. All of them. They all killed each other. As the one's falling back, he shoots the other guy. They all die in some Hollywood epic moment. And I run up and I'm just looking at it, right? An ambulance pulls up, flies down the road and stops. 2 guys get out, crouch on each side of one of the dead cops with their eyes looking down at where the cop's head is. And they start talking about how it's horrible how a cop lost his life.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
And I was just sitting here looking around like all this, like none of this is scripted. Like this is actual functioning, like things are moving and doing, like it was really incredible to kind of just stand there for a few minutes and kind of watch the whole thing. And more happened. Like, things just kept happening to kind of add to the situation. And it was really interesting. It was really fun to watch. It's kind of crazy to think how far we've come from like Pong and stuff like that to see all this stuff kind of work together.
In terms of like AAA games, like this is unequivocally like this is a AAA game through and through. There's so much shit in this game. It's all super well animated. It looks fantastic. I think the characters, like 3 characters, Franklin, Trevor, and what is the other character's name, Cody? You remember? Franklin,
There's Trevor, Frank, and Michael.
Michael, yeah, that's the guy. Like the 3 of them are such extreme sides of like the personality, like, and they're all super well fucking written. Like some of Trevor's scenes are just the funniest shit in games. Man.
I just
still to this day get people coming into my chat every once in a while going, "Is that Trevor from GTA?" when they come into my channel and I'm yelling or saying something or whatever, like. This guy reminds me of Trevor from GTA, and that's why when I played GTA 5 the first time, I played it with the tank top, the white beater on the whole time. Yeah. Because of that. Because that's like awesome, if I'm being, I'll be him. Yeah. That's fine.
I just got to Trevor in this story. First time I ever saw him was this morning, and I was so laughing the whole time. I was like, this is like the epitome of ridiculous. Like this, it's incredible. And then the crew he hangs out with too, just compliment how insane the whole situation.
They're all hilarious.
It's fantastic.
I still think the best character in the entire game is Franklin's like partner,
Lamar.
Lamar is the best. He has the best lines in the entire game. The best lines, like the opening line when you get to his house, which you'll see if you just get to the online stuff. It's the best line in the entire game, where he's talking about his haircut, his yee ass haircut, all that shit. It's fucking hilarious. I love Lamar.
I don't want to spoil it, but the whole scene between him coming in and the Employee of the Month thing, dude, I was rolling. Yeah. I was just like, it's exactly how 95% of people think. It was like a stand-up act. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
Super. So fun. How do you streaming it, Co? Like, how do you deal with like your no F-bomb policy and all that kind of stuff. You just let it rip.
It's a little tough. I have a warning on the screen during the play. I have it in
Pull it
my
up real
title
quick.
that it's 18 plus. I go into my settings and I turn on mature. And thankfully, it's really nice these days because almost I've finally gotten the channel to a point where like most words that we don't want are either in the banned word list or the bot automatically gets like most variations are in there. You know, of course, the new one will pop up every so often, but
Right, sure.
it's kind of the point now where the general population understands how we run the channel. They kind of help the new guys that are serious about hanging around, and anyone else gets purged out. And it goes pretty well. Now, granted, GTA 5 has been crazy for numbers recently. The amount of hype it's gotten on Twitch with this release on PC,
It's always had an audience on Twitch, though. Like
it's always had an audience, but it's right now the
It's definitely a
popularity of GTA
resurgence.
5 rivals first-time releases. And this
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
game
yeah,
that's
yeah.
been out for a long time.
Did you see how many
The only
people
thing that's
bought it
really-
on Steam?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
it's,
know.
I mean,
Now,
the same
granted,
thing
all that
happened.
stuff-
The same thing happened for Dark Souls. Like when Dark Souls like came out on console, and then it was like
Yeah.
EC release, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. But it's kind of a testament to the title in general that, you know, a lot of people are coming back. But again, you know, a lot of times on Drop Frames we talk about great games for people to get started in. I've seen some insane ratios in GTA 5. We're talking about people with 6-to-1 viewers to followers.
Yeah.
Like, if you go down the list and look at some of these people, you position your channel properly, you get some of your buddies in there, you tell the right people, get it out, you can have some amazing streams. This and Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah.
I saw a guy with a 10-to-1 ratio in Mortal Kombat last night. Insane
Is that
opportunity.
Maximilian?
up there.
Who are you talking
No.
about? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about smaller streamers. What
okay,
I do is I go. One of the things that I do with titles is I look at the ratios and kind of go down the list because that gives you a really good idea about how many new people are viewing the titles.
Right.
And those titles in recent history, just the last few days actually, have been big. Ones that have been surprisingly small, Titan Souls.
Yeah,
I
it kind
thought
of had a
Titan Souls-
lackluster release.
Yeah,
But
I
it
thought
was
it'd be a lot
also
bigger.
up
Probably 'cause
against
people, like,
Mortal
beat it.
Kombat. Well, then it was up against Mortal Kombat and GTA on the same day. Like,
oh,
Yeah, talk about a bad release.
kind
time,
of a bad
especially-
release. Yeah.
That's about as bad as they could have picked, honestly. It's kind of funny. I think that Titan Souls could have done better waiting a week.
Yeah, nothing
Let
comes out.
all
next
the
week,
hype,
right?
these titles come out, and then boom, the big Titan Souls all by itself. I can't think of any big titles that are coming out next week.
I'll have to look at the schedule. I don't know what is launching next week, to be honest.
Well,
But yeah,
it's interesting.
Grand Theft Auto 5, man. I feel like that and this kind of what you were talking about, how it's had a resurgence. I feel like that online is one of the best things to do with just having fun with friends, like streaming or not streaming. Like just get 4 or 5 friends, pop in online, and just go into free play mode and just fuck around.
is there a
It's
limit?
because
to, like,
it's
how
more
many people-
accessible too. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just get 1,000 or 100 people to join your crew and join you on the PS4 version or the PS3 version, but you have the PC version. It's more accessible to probably like 80-90% of the people in your channel, everybody in your channel. You know, so you're going to get a lot more crazier people joining your crews and trying to stream snipe you and get in there, and just chaos is just going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. It's 30 people, by the way, Zeke, is the max
Okay,
you can have
so
in your lobby.
if you get 30 people, now are you the only? You're not the only people, obviously, that are actual players.
No. So it actually does some really cool stuff in terms of like the lobby. One of them is
I'm asking, could you have like a 30-on-30 like warriors come
No,
out,
it's-
play like rumble in the
it's
street?
30 persons per instance, and they're all dedicated servers.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and it sucks in the sense that if you take 30 people and join say you join like a race, you go up to a job, you start that race, right? And say it's an 8-person race. If you start that race and you invite all 30 people, the first 8 to join get in, and you hit start, it creates a new instance, and then those 8 people leave those other 22 people in the previous lobby. And it doesn't rejoin after you're done. So it just takes those people away. And if you go back to free play, it puts you in your own free play session that is invite only, not crew invite only.
Is this by design or a bug?
It's not a bug. I think it's by design. It's
Yeah.
kind of poorly designed. The lobby system is kind of poor. One thing
Sounds really annoying.
it is. One thing that's really cool is that if you go to join a friend and their lobby is full, it'll throw you into a random lobby with other people, and then when their lobby opens up, it'll put you in their game automatically. Which
That's
is
pretty cool.
Which is nice.
Okay.
Cool.
So you can have like a waiting list.
Yeah, there's basically a waiting list, yeah.
Cool. Oh.
So it does some things good, and it does other things annoyingly. Like every time we would finish a race, and granted, you can continue racing with all those people, and just like it'll choose up, like a random thing comes up, and there's like 6 things that you can choose, and everyone can vote on which ones you want to go to. And you can just keep doing that over and over. But say if you want to dip out and do a TDM, you have to dip out, it loads you into your own free play lobby, then you go back to single player, open up a multiplayer, or open up GTA Online with crew invites only, and then you can have everyone from your crew join that. So it could have been.
I'm honestly coming up with like machinations like in my head, like I'm thinking like, all right,
Yeah.
today we're gonna get 30 people in here, and 15 of you wear green, 15 of you wear purple, and we're gonna have a rumble in the street.
That'd be awesome, dude. Yeah, that'd be
could
great.
do
We're gonna have just like good old fashioned gang fight.
You could totally do it. Yeah, I was thinking, I was doing the same thing earlier. Like, imagine if you got 30 streamers, and they each had a partner, and then you did that rally race where one can see where the thing is and one has to drive, and you just did like a competition with that, just going over and over. Or you just had like 30 races with streamers. Like, that'd be super fun as well. I think that game, the one thing that really is unfortunate is that they have pretty much, for the most part, as far as I can tell, blocked out modding. Like, you're not going to be able to mod it on the PC.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, people are.
That's like the part that's like
about
that's
that.
the most fun part is the
Yeah,
modding.
people are like pretty upset about it, but they've essentially blocked it out completely.
Wow.
From what I've read. Granted,
Someone will figure it out.
someone will figure something out.
Yeah.
They've had some really big issues with modding, though. Modding has caused them a lot of headaches publicity-wise in the past. I mean, GTA is already kind of a controversial title. I normally am always for modding, but I can almost see here why they would want to kind of distance themselves from that. I think the whole zero, we won't allow it kind of thing is kind of harsh, but I can understand why they want to distance themselves from that stuff.
Okay. Chat's calling me a liar already.
Yep, they are. They are
Yeah.
revolting. They're like,
Oh, you can mod.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I mean, that's
but
good.
the reason I said all that is because Rockstar was like, we're not allowing mods. But I guess people just then are going to mod it anyways.
Oh yeah, look. No, here we go. Yeah. No, it does. It does.
Yeah,
look
you
like-
have to hack the EXE. Like, that's not supported by Rockstar, guys.
Yeah, we're talking
That's-
about
I'll tell you that
Rockstar
right now.
mods, not like
giving them an option that they're not fixing is subtly allowing it. Believe it or not. Like
Maybe true.
if it's a method where they could patch it out and they choose not to, that's actually what I was talking about. Them kind of distancing themselves, but not putting the axe on it. I can see why they would do that.
Yeah. There you go. So I don't know. Be careful about doing that. If Rockstar says they don't want mods, they're probably going to have some way of knowing if you have a hacked EXE, and maybe you'll get banned from online. Who knows? Like, I'm sure that the developer has something in place, or maybe they don't. What do I care? But
I generally any app that connects to online services, well, granted, I don't really do any cracking anymore. But even back when I was younger, and
that was always
admitted-
sketchy. Yeah.
I always avoided that stuff. That can
Yeah.
get all sorts of problems, especially with Steam these days. And having it like, if your Steam account gets connected to something and then you use another service that gets detected on hacking, that can go all the way back to your Steam account.
Yeah,
like there's been some crazy stories of people having their Steam account banned because of just questionable stuff they've done in other applications that Steam reads and then sends back to Steam on your computer. So,
Oh.
Nope. Co's gone. Or rather, Zeke's gone. He'll be back soon.
JP, what kind of mod would you like? What kind of mod would you guys like to see? If you were to play a mod that's fun for you, what would you
I want to
think
see
of?
a life mod in it. I'd want to see a life
Really?
mod and a mod to. Yeah, you're massive now because he left. I'd want to see a life mod and a mod that uncaps the amount of people in a server.
Wow. Jesus.
that's actually the first thing I thought of, JP, was taking the caps off servers and seeing how far you could push it.
Yeah.
I'd love to get like 100 subs and high token holders from the channel in there. Just have a huge party.
Yeah, just have a
I didn't
giant
even know you
party.
could have 30 people. That's
Yeah.
the first time I heard that. That's just like Zeke. I'm starting to get all sorts of ideas about what we could do with having 30 people. Like that. I haven't even touched the online side yet, and I'm having such a great time. So,
Yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time. Well, I think this is a good opportune moment to take a break because Zeke is set on Do Not Disturb, and that means I can't call him. So.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So it's just getting busy, and we'll just take. Actually, here he is. He's back. But let's go ahead.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Let's
stop messing around, Zeke.
I didn't touch a damn. I didn't touch anything.
Stop playing with your doll. God, get back.
God. Yeah. Let's take a break, and then we don't really have a topic for the day. I think we're just gonna kind of like, Jesus Christ, that thing is creepy.
That's amazing, man.
I think it's so cool, man.
That thing is cool, but it's creepy as shit.
Oh, Carmichael.
What, you're showing us like all the wrong parts of him, Zeke.
No, I'm showing you the hammer. Look at that.
You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night,
Towelliee
and that thing's
approved.
gonna come to life, and it's gonna be standing in front of you with his hammer.
It's like some Chucky shit's gonna
It's my
happen.
stream now, motherfucker.
Why would you do that? Why would you say things like that to me?
Because you bought a doll. You have a doll.
I didn't. It's an action figure.
It was
Fuck.
cursed and given to you. It's the same thing.
And it
I
was
would love
action
my own
figure.
doll. I'm just
I'm
saying.
sorry.
like-
I'm sorry. Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back, talk a little bit about news. I think we're also just going to take inputs from the chat. If you guys have questions, feel free to use the form, which you can find in the chat. I'm sure Co's mods, as well as everyone else's mods, will link it. But yeah, we'll take this quick break, and we'll come back and, I don't know, talk about more stuff. So we'll see you guys in just a bit. We're out.